Why don't airplanes ever lose at hide and seek? Because they always stay in the plain sight. Yes, you heard it right. Airplanes are not just serious flying machines, they can be a part of our humor too. And why not? After all, they are a significant part of our lives, helping us reach our loved ones or those business meetings or that vacation destination we've been dreaming about. Speaking of airplanes, let's not forget the places they call home, airports. Big or small, airports are the beating hearts of our travels, the starting point of our journeys, and the end of our adventures. They are bustling with life, filled with stories, and are quite frankly fascinating. Today we're going to dive into the world of airports, but not just any airports. We're talking about the largest airport in the world, so buckle up, folks, as we fly through the fascinating world of airports. Ever wondered what the world's largest airport looks like? No, it's not a city with wings. Let's jet off to the Middle East, specifically to Saudi Arabia, where we find the King Fahd International Airport. Now, this isn't your average airport. This one is so massive it's larger than the entire country of Bahrain. Yes, you heard right. This airport could swallow up a whole nation and still have room for a duty-free shop or two. You might be thinking, well, it must be a nightmare to navigate through. And you'd be right. You need a compass, a map, and maybe even a friendly camel to guide you through its vast expanse. It's like an urban jungle, but instead of skyscrapers, you have control towers, and instead of taxis, you have planes. The airport's land area stretches over 780 square kilometers. Just to put that into perspective, that's about the size of 100,000 football fields. Yes, 100,000. You could have every NFL, FIFA, and high school team playing at once, and there'd still be space left over for a halftime marching band competition. And let's talk about the terminal. It's not just a place where you hurriedly eat a sandwich while waiting for your flight. No, this terminal is a sight to behold. It's designed to resemble a Bedouin tent with a modern twist, a testament to Saudi Arabia's blend of tradition and innovation. But it's not all just about size. The King Fahd International Airport is also a pioneer in environmental sustainability. The entire airport is equipped with solar panels, making it an oasis of green in the midst of the desert. Now, I know what you're thinking. With an airport this size, I'd probably lose my luggage. Well, you wouldn't be the first. The airport is so large that if you were to lose your luggage, it could end up taking a vacation of its own. So it's so big you could probably lose your luggage and never find it again. Airports are like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Let's dive into the treasure trove of hilarious happenings on the tarmac. Picture this: Istanbul Airport, Turkey, a security officer's eyes popping out as he screens a suitcase only to find not a bomb, not a gun, but a crocodile. Yes, folks, a passenger tried to sneak in a baby crocodile as a travel buddy. The little critter was safely rehomed, but the passenger probably didn't find it as funny as we did. Then there's the legendary tale from Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson, one of the busiest airports in the world. Amid the everyday hustle and bustle, an announcement echoed through the terminals. Will the owner of the red Porsche parked on the runway please report to the information desk? As it turns out, a hotshot business tycoon had left his fancy wheels sitting right on the tarmac, causing quite a hilarious traffic jam. On the other side of the globe, at Hong Kong International Airport, a flight was delayed. The reason? A flock of flamingos decided to hold an impromptu parade on the runway. The flamboyant birds strutted their stuff, causing the pilots and ground crew to break into laughter and the passengers to whip out their phones for a quick Instagram moment. And how can we forget the time at London's Heathrow when a flight attendant decided to lighten the mood during a delay? She announced, "Ladies and gentlemen, we are experiencing a slight delay due to engine trouble, but don't worry, we have our best men working on it." Then played a recording of a horse neighing. The whole cabin erupted into laughter. With all these shenanigans, it's clear that airports are never short of surprises. They're not just places of transit, they're stages for some of the best comedy shows on Earth. So next time you're at an airport, keep your eyes peeled for a laugh. You never know what you might stumble upon. And that's why you should always keep your shoes on when walking through security. Who would win in a race between a jumbo jet and a baggage cart? Let's find out. Imagine, if you will, a racetrack sprawling across the tarmac of the world's largest airport. The sun is shining, the crowd is roaring with anticipation, and on the starting line, a gleaming jumbo jet revving its engines next to a humble baggage cart. Quite an unusual sight, isn't it? But this is no ordinary race, my friends. This is the great airport race. Now picture this, the whistle blows and they're off. The jumbo jet roars to life, thundering down the runway with the power of 4 massive engines. It's a sight to behold, a titan of the skies racing against time. But wait, what's this? The baggage cart, it seems, is off to a slow start. Every piece of luggage carefully secured, every safety check meticulously performed. It's not about speed, it's about precision. As the jumbo jet takes off, soaring into the sky, the baggage cart trundles along, steadfast and reliable. The jet, now a speck in the sky, is making good time. But don't count out our little cart just yet. It's making its way across the tarmac, navigating through a maze of runways, taxiways, and terminals. Halfway through the race, the jet is cruising at 35,000 feet. It's smooth sailing up there, or so it seems. But down on the ground, the baggage cart is facing its own set of challenges. A sudden rain shower, a flock of birds, a lost tourist wandering onto the tarmac. It's all in a day's work for our intrepid cart. But here's the twist. The jet, now on its descent, finds its runway occupied by a stray cat. A delay. Meanwhile, the baggage cart, undeterred by the obstacles, crosses the finish line just as the jet touches down. And the winner is the baggage cart, because it always takes the longest to arrive. Airports are full of surprises, especially when it comes to in-flight entertainment. You might think the only form of entertainment on a plane is the in-flight movie, but oh, how wrong you'd be. Airlines have been upping their game and coming up with all sorts of inventive ways to keep passengers entertained. And let me tell you, some of these are so outlandish they make the classic movie marathon seem like a snooze fest. Take, for instance, the airline that decided to take the live entertainment quite literally. They thought, why not have a concert right here in the middle of the sky? And so passengers were treated to a live music performance at 35,000 feet. The only downside? There's no encore, because where's the band gonna go, really? And speaking of marathons, imagine being on a long-haul flight and finding out that there's a movie marathon happening. Not just any marathon, but a trilogy or even a whole saga. You could potentially watch the entire Star Wars series before you land. Now that's a flight where time would literally fly. But perhaps the most unconventional in-flight entertainment has to be the yoga classes. Yes, you heard it right, yoga, in the sky. Some airlines figured out that the best way to combat the stiffness and discomfort of long-haul flights is to get passengers stretching and posing mid-flight. Just imagine trying to hold your tree pose during a bit of turbulence. You've got to hand it to these airlines. They're certainly thinking outside the box. Or should we say, outside the cabin. From concerts to movie marathons and even yoga classes, they're making sure that flying isn't just about getting from point A to B, but also about enjoying the journey in between. So next time you're on a long flight, don't forget to bring your yoga mat. As we prepare for our final descent, let's take a quick jaunt down memory lane. Remember the runway joke that got us all laughing? Yes, the one about the runway being a place where planes can take a quick nap before their next flight. Or how about the tale of the world's largest airport, that colossal monument to human ingenuity? It's so big, you'd need a plane just to get from one end to the other. Then there were the hilarious stories from the tarmac. Who knew ground crew humor could be so infectious? And let's not forget the great airport race. It's a mad dash that would give the amazing race a run for its money. In-flight entertainment took on a whole new meaning with our segment, from the funniest in-flight announcements to the quirkiest of passenger behaviors. And that, folks, is why airports are the best place for people watching and the worst place for hide and seek.